Hi everyone, firstly thank you so much for making 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think it was a dream come true moment for me when I just saw my subscriber count going from 99,999 to 1,01,000. Actually वो 1 lakh तक नहीं गया था, 1 lakh skip होके it went to 1,01,000. And I think the amount of support and love which you guys have given, I think that has helped me in order to just cross 100,000 subscribers. So on to the next milestone now. So let's answer all the questions which you had asked in the comment section on the community post when I had posted about 100k special Ask Me Anything. So I have my laptop in front of me. So this is the community post which is there. So what I'll do, I'll just read some of the comments one by one, and then I'll just try to respond to as many comments as possible. So there are around 344 comments, so I won't be able to respond to all of them. But the ones which are most exciting, let me just take a shot and I'll try to respond to each and every one of them. So the first one is by Deepak Jain. What was the most crucial turning point of your life which changed your personality from an introvert to an extrovert? That's a good question. So I think what really changed me was I was a CCA captain in my grade 8 in my school itself, and that really helped me in order to become very extrovert. Like not extrovert as such, but at least helped me conquer the fear of speaking in public in front of, let's say, 1,000, 2,000 students. So that was like the turning point of my life, and apart from that, I don't think there's any other specific turning point which has really helped me become an extrovert. But some incidences which have helped me in order to just conquer this fear are like I used to anchor and moderate some sessions in my school days. I used to moderate them in some national conferences as well. I used to be the MOC, which is Master of Ceremonies. I used to be the host for almost all the events which used to happen in my hostel as well. I think these are some of the incidences which have helped me in order to become an extrovert person. But there's no turning point as such, but I'll share an incident with you. I used to get bullied a lot during my 8th standard, and I used to feel extremely shy and awkward to talk to new set of people as well. So I think after 8th standard itself, once I became a CCA captain, once I started speaking to new people, I think that really helped me in order to become a better human being. And I think that made me easier in order to approach new people and talk to them. So that was like a crucial turning point, I must say. Next question is by Meghali Rathi. How did you deal with the fear of failure? Also, what are your long-term goals in life? This is a good question. So I think fear of failure is a common phenomenon. Like everyone in their life will have fear of failure, be it a unicorn startup founder or be it a person who is just about to give any sort of examination as well. So for me, I think the way I used to think was that I have a lot of people whom I want to make proud in the future, be it my sister, be it my parents, who've always been there with me. So I always used to think that, okay, if I give my best, if I just give my 100% right now, I can make them proud. And that's how I used to think without having the fear of failure. कभी-कभी ऐसे थॉट्स आते थे कि अगर मैं फेल हो गया तो सोसाइटी क्या सोचेगी, रिलेटिव्स क्या बोलेंगे, या तो मेरे टीचर्स क्या सोचेंगे मेरे बारे में, इतनी मेहनत किया, इतना उन्होंने मेरे पे ध्यान दिया. But I think again, like a coin has two sides, right? At the end of the day, you have to give your best irrespective of focusing on the outcome as such. Just enjoy the process, and I'm sure the outcome is going to be extremely better. And in terms of your next question, what are your long-term goals in life? I think one of the long-term goals in my life would be to stay happy and peaceful. That is like extremely important. I just want to have a peaceful life with my parents, and I just want to enjoy my life. That is one. And the second long-term goal is to fund the education needs of almost everyone, at least in my city, and then expanding it outside my city in order to help them with their education needs, at least like paying the school fees, etc. So yeah, that would be the second long-term goal in my life. Next question is by Meet Berolia. Hey Kushal, I have many questions. To keep it short, the one is I want to know about your friend circle in school and the people you used to spend your time with, and what is the role of your friends in your life? Thank you. Please consider the same. We would really like to know about your social life. So again, that's a brilliant question, Meet. So what I feel is that it's extremely important to have the right set of friend circle at the right age of your life. Let me just elaborate a bit. Your personality is the weighted average of 5 people around you. Therefore, try to surround yourself with people who are always smarter than you, whom you can get a lot of inspiration from and who can help you grow in your life. So at least for me, my friend circle were almost like the people whom I used to hang out with. They were smarter than me, and I used to always gel up with them in terms of we used to discuss a lot of things. We used to discuss a lot of ideas. We used to discuss a lot of problems in mathematics, physics, science, etc. And we used to come up with a solution. So I think that really helped me in order to become a better human being. And today I must say that they have always helped me in order to become a better human being, no matter what mistakes I have made, no matter how my attitude or behavior is. So I'm a person who, let's say, get focused on one thing if that's a deadline. So for example, during my CA finals leave, I didn't talk to anyone, any of my friends, right? So they used to always ensure that, okay, they keep in touch with me, they send me a message, or they at least call me on my landline, and they really help me in order to just stay motivated and just give my best. So I think having a right set of friend circle is extremely important for a person's success. If you think you don't have the right friend circle, I think you should just stay away from them and just try to find the right set of ones. And even if you're not able to find the right set of people at this point of time, try to ensure you just stay with yourself for some amount of time. Become a better human being by watching podcasts, by just admiring the person whom you want to become like, by just talking to them or just sending them cold emails, etc. And after a point of time, once you achieve success, a lot of people are going to approach you automatically. So do well in your life and people will automatically approach you. Let's take the next question by Ishwarya RL. How to handle stress, anxiety and attachment? So I recently posted on LinkedIn about attachment itself. I think one of the most dangerous things in life is to have attachment with anyone, be it a person, be it a thing, be it a sport, be it money, be it anything. The easiest way to avoid being attached is that you need to understand that you have some goal or you have some purpose in life. life. The more you're attached to any of the things mentioned above, you're going to get hurt at the end of the day if that attachment breaks. For example, if you're attached to a particular sport and if you're injured after a point of time, you won't be able to play that sport, right? And maybe you'll get hurt or you'll feel bad after a point of time. So there's no use of just feeling bad. Instead, it's extremely important to understand it's not going to happen after a point of time and you need to move on in your life. So I think the best way to avoid attachment with all these things is to stay attached with your goals. If you're attached with your goals and purpose in life, I think it'll be very helpful for you as a person to grow in your life ahead. So thanks for asking this question as well. Let's take the next question. Anandan AM. Don't you feel inferior on seeing a gang of friends enjoying their life? I don't feel inferior, to be honest. I pity them, to be honest, after a point of time. If like they're just enjoying their life regularly without working or without focusing on their end goal, I think that's detrimental to them after a point of time. Of course, I believe in enjoying my life, but I have different definitions of enjoyment. So for example, I don't have Netflix, I don't have Amazon Prime, I don't drink, I don't smoke, or I don't even watch movies as such. But doesn't mean I'm not enjoying my life, because my definition of enjoyment is pretty simple. Meeting new people, talking to them, going out for long drive with my friends, going out on a beach and just walking on that beach itself, thinking about my life, going out for night walks in my building at let's say 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and just thinking about my life, etc. So these are my definitions of enjoyment. So I think everyone have different definitions of enjoyment, and whatever is your definition of enjoyment, if you are getting value or you are being productive out of that, then that's absolutely fine. But just by wasting your time on something which is not going to help you in the future, I think it's just a waste of time and waste of life after a point of time. I was watching one podcast where one person had mentioned that China uses its algorithm of TikTok to promote something very productive to its audience in China itself. They'll promote something intellectual, they'll promote some good idea as such, and the same algorithm of TikTok will promote let's say dancing reels or let's say some other prank in the US, in other countries, because China wants its people to grow after a point of time. So can you just imagine the power of technology here and how China is trying to dominate the entire world? Like similar example, try to consume anything that is going to help you become smart at the end of the day. Next question is by Aniket. Is being an introvert a flaw? Is it something from which a person needs to come out as soon as possible? A wonderful question. I think being an introvert is not a flaw, to be honest, as far as you are able to network with people, as far as you are able to just reach out to people. So being an extrovert or being a very socializer, I'm not saying that you should be that kind of a person as such, but even if you are not an extrovert as such, and even if you're an introvert, but if you're able to talk to new people, if you're able to reach out to them when you have some work, when you want some help, I think that's absolutely fine. But to be honest with you, I was very introvert and I used to face a lot of problems when I was an introvert. So I decided that I need to step out of my comfort zone and I need to ensure I talk to new people, reach out to them. And that's how you become extrovert. So I started reaching out to new people. I started ensuring, okay, I have the right set of communication skills. I started learning about how to approach new people, about how to talk to new people, how to ask questions. These are all arts which will help you make an extrovert. So I don't think being an introvert is a flaw as such, but to be honest with you, you should become an extrovert in order to start networking, in order to become a better human being, so that you can learn from mindsets of different amount of people. So definition of introvert is that if you're just staying with yourself, it's absolutely fine. But at least when you need to grow, when you need to understand your mistakes, you need to become an extrovert, because after a point of time, your neighbors will only help you in order to understand what your mistakes are. Sometimes we tend to ignore that, we don't understand something or we don't know what our mistakes are, but our parents would be better human beings to tell us what kind of mistakes we are making in our life. So it's better to become an extrovert and start reaching out to people to understand their mindset and just learn from them. Next question is by Jankish Joshi. How to handle loneliness? Again, like a very good question. So to be honest with you, I feel lonely a lot of times. In fact, whenever I'm in my room or whenever I'm just in my apartment, I just go for a night walk at 1 or 2 a.m. whenever I feel lonely. It's absolutely fine. I mean, you don't have your friends every time to talk to, or maybe you don't have someone whom you can reach out to. It's absolutely fine. But the way to deal with loneliness is again like just to get attached to your goal and have a purpose in your life. If you want to build something at the end of the day, if you have a purpose, I have a mission, then I think it's easier to avoid loneliness. Even like the most famous person in the world would have loneliness. Like he has a lot of followers, but doesn't mean that he wouldn't face loneliness. So after a point of time, everyone is going to face loneliness. In fact, even I feel lonely at a lot of times and a lot of instances in my life. But at that point of time, you need just try to stay to learn with yourself. If you're staying with your own self, then I think you can never feel lonely. So it's like, for example, during COVID pandemic, my parents used to be like, क्या करें हम अभी बहुत बोर हो रहा है तो चलो गप्पे मारते हैं वगैरह वगैरह. But I used to tell them, okay, you can listen to some podcast, you can consume some good content, you can just try to, let's say, do something or learn some of the other skill. That's how my mom decided to start teaching about meditation and healing on Zoom session, right? Because she learned how to start her Zoom class on her phone itself, and because of that, she was able to just, let's say, spend at least 2 hours of time with her students over Zoom itself. So I think it's important to just deal with something or just constantly be engaged with some or the other thing. Not necessarily it will be with people only, but let's say with some technology, with some gadget, with let's say some watching some podcast, consuming some content, trying to develop some skill which you can monetize after a point of time. And that's how you can never feel lonely after a point of time. So it's like if you want to stay engaged with your own self, then you will be able to avoid loneliness after a point of time. Next question is by Madhusri Suresh. Hey Kushal, I'm a CA student and I follow you, big fan. Thank you. So I want to know about your interest in sports. What are your other hobbies? What's the most adventurous thing you have ever done in your life? So my other hobbies would be, okay, I love to play cricket. I love to play table tennis. I love to play chess. These are some of the sports I am excited about. Other hobbies would be, okay, content creation. I love creating videos as well. I also love reading. I have started reading as well. And I love to travel to new places. I just like to travel to new places and just see, okay, what I can learn from those new places. Not necessarily from people, but also like surroundings, places, etc. And travel has really helped me in order to grow in my life. Like, people in Bangalore are the nicest people I've ever met. So no offense to any other city in India, but I think people in Bangalore are extremely kind and polite. And in fact, the auto driver in Bangalore used to help me in order to find the hotels nearby, find the restaurants where I can have my lunch and dinner. And they were extremely polite. So just sharing one incident as such, I had booked an Uber and Rapido in Bangalore parallelly, because in Bangalore, you know that you'll have to book at least 2 or 3 multiple rides in order to get one ride confirmed. So apparently what happened was that both of the rides got confirmed and I forgot to cancel my Rapido ride. So I went to an Uber. I just sat in my Uber and I got the call from my Rapido driver stating that he has also reached the location, and I was feeling extremely guilty that I didn't cancel the ride. And I told him, भैया, so sorry, मैं Uber में चला गया हूँ अभी, तो आप मैं cancel कर देता हूँ. So he was like, okay, that's absolutely fine, but request you not to do it from the next time. So he was like कि भैया next time से मत करना because हमारा loss होता है. And I felt so guilty at that point of time. He did not even shout for a single minute. He did not even raise his voice. And I asked him his mobile number and I was like, भैया मैं आपको Google Pay कर रहा हूँ जितना भी पूरा amount था, because I was feeling extremely guilty. So people are so nice and kind that you often feel that, oh my god, like you really need to learn some amount of politeness, kindness from these kind of people. So travel will definitely help you grow. The most adventurous thing which I would have done in my life, let's say, would be sit on a roller coaster, the fastest roller coaster, but I don't think that is like most adventurous. So I had gone to Dubai in 2015. So in Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi, I think that's the fastest roller coaster of the world. That's how it's advertised. So I sat in that, but I was not scared as such, but I think, yeah, that will be the most adventurous thing. Apart from that, yeah, I think in Dubai itself, so in Aqua Venture in Atlantis the Palm, in that hotel itself, so there was this one ride which was called as Slytherin, where you have to go directly down. So you have to stand on a slate and that slate is going to just get off and you're going to go down in a 90-degree angle. So I think, yeah, that was one of the most adventurous things. So I think in Dubai itself, when I was in 12th standard, I think I've done the most adventurous thing. I don't think I've done anything after that. Rushabh Patil asks, how did you handle the emotional distractions, females during the CA course? Interesting question. So I think I switched off my mobile phone. I had cut down my interactions with almost everyone except 2 of my friends who used to solve my doubts. So I don't think there was any scope of interacting with new girls who will just distract me after a point of time. So I think, yeah, I mean, there was no scope of just getting distracted because I had just cut down my interactions with everyone and I had ensured that, okay, books and me, these are the only 2 things which are going to exist in the world. So this may sound nerdy as such, but it's like, okay, that is the best way to avoid any sort of distraction. Let's take the next question. Violina Das. People always tell us to not get into any relationship while pursuing CA as it requires a lot of hard work, dedication and sacrifice. While others say if you have an understanding partner, it's okay to have a partner as your strength and motivation. What's your view on the same? By the way, congratulations to you. Thank you so much for your wishes. So that's a great question, to be honest. I think to answer your question, my view would be that it's absolutely okay to get into a relationship as far as both of you are helping each other to grow in your life. Okay, so I've never been into a relationship, nor I was in when I was studying for my CA finals. But I think whoever is in a relationship, if you are able to grow with that person itself, if you are able to help each other grow in life, then that's absolutely fine. I mean, it's not that, okay, if you're studying CA, then you really can't be into a relationship as such. I've seen so many couples clearing CAs at the same time itself. So let's take a very famous example of CA Raksha Ranade. While I was interviewing her, she only mentioned that she opted for CA course because she wanted to spend more time with her then boyfriend and now husband, right? And she cleared her CA finals before her husband as well. So basically, it's like, even if you're into a relationship, if as far as you're helping each other grow in life, that's absolutely fine. So my view is that if you have an understanding partner, or maybe if you have a person who can really help you grow, make you successful and is happy when you are becoming successful, then that's the best relationship to be in. So I think that's my view. And just don't listen to anyone who's just going to say that, okay, you shouldn't be in a relationship at all. As far as you're growing in your life, then that's absolutely fine. Next question is by Pradnesh Russell. What was your initial package in ABG? Okay, so I don't mind disclosing it right now because I've left ABG. So my initial package was 18.25 lakhs when I joined ABG. This includes the variable bonus as well as the deferred compensation which we get, and this was the initial package in ABG. Next question is by Jasleen Taluja. How does the podcast system work? Do you pay them to come on your show, or it happens the other way? I don't pay anyone to come on my show. All the guests whom I've invited on my channel have come free of cost just to give back to the CA fraternity. So even I don't charge them, even they don't charge me. So that's absolutely voluntarily, and it's just that we are doing because we want to give back to the entire fraternity. That's the only objective. AJ7 asks, marriage kab hai bhaiya? So I'm just 23 right now. Probably I'll marry when I'm 28 or 29 probably. Mummy Papa to maar degi ye answer sunne ke baad, because wo log to chahenge 26 mein hi ho jaye, but I don't think I'll marry before 28. RGCA07 asks, how much cost you all YouTube setup and how many are there in your team for YouTube? That's a good question. So I have outsourced this to an agency called Market Up by my very close friend Ishan Sharma. His team handles the the editing, uploading, thumbnail designing, everything. I just have to record in front of the camera, which I'm doing right now, and I just send it to them, who handles everything in and out. And they're like one of the best, to be honest. I really enjoy working with them. How much cost you? Okay, so I'll give you the cost. The camera which I'm using right now, I just purchased a couple of months back. This cost me around 70,000. The tripod comes with that. It's around 10,000, so 80,000 camera. This is the mic which I'm using right now. This is Rode mic, wireless mic, so it's around 30,000. So 80 plus 30, 1,10,000. So the background right now, you'll be seeing some other background, but there's a green screen which I'm using here. So probably I'll just ask the editor to just show the green screen at this point of time. So this is the green screen, and this green screen is of what, like 1,800 or 2,000. So 1,12,000 here, and I have a ring light here which is of 2,000 again. And yeah, I think 1,20,000 is the maximum cost. So you just need a ring light, you just need a camera, you just need a mic, and you just need a green screen so that you can edit it properly at the background. And yeah, that's it. So 1,20,25 would be the maximum cost. But to be honest, I just bought this 2 months back. So I was just recording it on my mobile phone with the mobile phone microphone until the time I got into 70,000-80,000 subscribers as well. Ajitesh Garg, do you or your family own Lodha Park? Not at all. We are not even related to the main real estate giant Lodha. So I am not at all related to them. So I wish I was related, but yeah, we are not related, and we don't even own Lodha Park. I stay here on rent, by the way. ML and Shubham, how to maintain fitness and your routine diet? I'm very bad at this, to be honest. So I have not been able to maintain my fitness. So you can see I've become like a little thin and such, but I need to start going to the gym. I had started going to the gym, but after 1 month I again stopped because of some work and all. So I think I really need to start this again. Let's take the next question by Nikita Sendane. Oh, this is an interesting one. I think a lot of you would be interested to listen to this answer. Do you have a girlfriend? So again, in my previous AMA, I had been asked this question. I had mentioned I don't have a girlfriend. The same answer is going to be there. I don't have a girlfriend right now because I don't have the bandwidth, to be honest, firstly, and secondly, even if I have someone, I won't be able to give justice because it's like I'm so engrossed in my own work and in my own project which I'm doing, which I'll reveal after a point of time, like maybe after 2 or 3 months, that it really takes a lot of my bandwidth. So as of now, I'll tell you 5% of my time goes into content creation, 95% of my time goes into the other project which I'm doing right now. So I think it's really not possible for me to take out time for any of the relationship right now. I won't be able to do justice as well, even if I get into any sort of relationship. So yeah, answer is pretty simple. It's no. But let's see. I think this answer is going to remain no for a long amount of time, at least for the next few years as well. Let's take the last question. I think this is also one of the most interesting questions, and a lot of people would be interested to know the answers. It's by Sheikh Yazdan. How much rent you pay per month to live at Lodha Park? Okay. So basically, so as of now, I'm staying in a 3 BHK at Lodha Park. It's on rent, and the rent as of now, it's 1.4 lakh per month, but the market rates are 1.8 lakhs per month. So the rates have escalated a lot, and there are 3 people who are staying here in a 3 BHK. So of course, divided by 3, that's the rental share which we usually get per month. So that's the rent. But the way I see is like, I don't consider this as an expense, to be honest. I consider it as an investment, and the amount of smart people and the amount of talent which I'm able to get out of this society, it's just humongous, to be honest. I'm able to meet, let's say, people from Sequoia, people from BlackRock, Lightbox, let's say any of the private equity, any of the venture capitalists, any of the renowned companies, CFO, CEO, etc. So I love to network, as you know, right? So whenever I'm going for a walk, I'll just bump into someone. I'll just try to ask him or her that, is it okay if I join you for a walk? And I just try to understand what they're building, what they're doing in their life, what I can learn from them, what they can learn from me. So I think that has really helped me in order to just network with people. And whenever I go down at the 7th floor, so in my previous video of house tour, society tour, you would have seen the 7th floor, right? The amenities area. So I just go for walk almost every night at 9:30 PM, and half an hour I just walk there with some or the other person, trying to see what they're doing in their life. So this really has helped me in order to understand new perspective, become a better human being. What, like the project which I'm working on, I also get a lot of advice in terms of what I should do next, and in terms of how I can improve my content, etc. So I think shifting here has been one of the best decisions of my life, and I don't think I'm going to shift out of this place anytime soon because I've become too comfortable with this place, to be honest. So Mumbai has really helped me in order to become very quick, and you know, like we always have to be on the toes 24/7. So I just love the city of Mumbai. No offense to any other city as such. Of course, people in Bangalore are the nicest, but I mean, people in Mumbai are the smartest, to be honest. I really love the people over here, and it's like I get to learn and get a lot of inspiration from people in Bombay. So that's it, guys, about this video. I hope you found this video very exciting and interesting. And in terms of next videos, just to give you an update, it's like I want to create videos on business models of unicorns and giant companies, and that's going to come from the next month itself. So I've been working on that. I've been like drafting some scripts and recording some content. Once I have like 3-4 scripts and content pieces ready, I'll upload one by one every Saturday. That will be the plan. And if there's any other guest you would want me to interview for my podcast, which you think would be very value additive, just let me know in the comment section. So thank you so much, guys, once again for making it 100,000 subscribers. Let's make it to 1 million soon. And I'm extremely happy at this point of time and overwhelmed just to share share my feelings with everyone. So let's also plan a meetup soon. I'll just post it on my Instagram story where the next meetup is going to be, and would love to meet all of you in person as well. So thank you so much once again for helping me reach this milestone of 100,000 subscribers. I've never seen a silver button, so probably I'll just see a silver button in my life as well. It has not yet come. It's going to come on 3rd of October. So once it's out, I'll just record an unboxing silver play button video as well. Thank you so much once again for all the love and support which you guys have given. And trust me, while I say this, I completely mean it. It's just because of all of you I've been able to achieve this feat or milestone in my life. So thank you so much once again for watching this video. See you in the next video.